Hi, so today I'm going to be doing an update video. I haven't made a video since summer, and that isn't just because I haven't had time, it's because of my health and I've quit university. So I just want to quickly explain what's happened. People are kind of baffled by my honesty about this, and I'd rather people know what happened and so that other people can relate to it. So a bit of context, before September I had a breakup in February and I had low confidence, I felt down all the time, I didn't know who I was confused, and over summer I went to the doctors about depression and they told me that they couldn't help me because by the time that they got things sorted with like a therapist or a psychologist, it would be September and I'd be in Galashiels and not Newcastle. And I also went to the doctors about my weight and they told me just to eat more. So come September, I wasn't in halls anymore, I was going at my new apartment and I was with two other girls. Over summer someone had dropped out, so I had to find a replacement, so that was stressful. And I was the one who had the account for all the bills, so I had to set up all the bills, electricity, stuff like that. And as for uni, I went back to uni, I wasn't enjoying my course. The first year was basically a mix of loads of different courses, and when I went into solely fashion second year I wasn't enjoying any of it, all the creative work. The only thing that I was enjoying was essay writing, which just didn't make sense to me. I didn't like being away from home, and because of the stress I was experiencing really bad nosebleeds. There would literally, it wasn't like a drip out of my nose, it would just like pour like as you were turning on a tap, and it could last like hours. And afterwards I felt really faint and groggy and it was just horrible. The second week back in university I went to go see, it wasn't a counsellor, I can't remember the name for it, but basically I kind of explained how I was feeling. At this point, like, I didn't really know what to do with myself, I was crying all the time, I was totally stressed out, I was bleeding, so I started to explain kind of what had happened, and my nose started bleeding and it went on for ages, and when it goes past 40 minutes you're meant to go to the hospital. So an ambulance was rang and I got shipped off to the hospital, and they kind of talked about my nosebleeds but realised that that wasn't really my main problem. So I got moved to a psychiatric ward and I told them about like depression, anxiety, basically like I was suicidal at this point because I just didn't know what I was doing. I was scared about the money with university, I was scared people were going to be disappointed in us, I just wasn't well, I'd lost a stone, hair was falling out, I was getting eczema, even though I've never had it before, I was getting dry patches, wasn't sleeping, it wasn't good. So I was, my nose was cauterised and I was given a psychiatrist and I was put on antidepressants. So things kind of started to get better. And then the antidepressants, I got a phone call and they said because of how low my weight was that the antidepressants were causing heart problems. So I had to go back to the hospital and have blood tests and I can't even remember the name of the other things, when you get the pads stuck on you and you have to stand up and sit down and whatever else. So yeah, and then I got put on new antidepressants. So while this was all happening I was still meant to be doing university work, and basically I just couldn't handle it anymore. And my mum had to look after me for a while, I had to be monitored, I had to be looked after, and she had to take time off work. And it just got to the point where I sat down and had a conversation and I just said nothing is worth this, like my health is in such disrepair, like if I continue with university like I'd probably end it all because that's how low I was feeling, that's how ill I was, and we're just like, right, let's just fuck this basically and go home because nothing's worth like the trouble that I was going through. So I'm back in Newcastle now, slowly getting better. I'm starting to settle on my antidepressants, I'm not having to take sleeping pills anymore, I'm not having to take Valium for my anxiety. I managed to go to Edinburgh on the National Express bus without like having a total meltdown. I managed to ring the doctors to make an appointment and didn't have a panic attack, so it's starting to get better. My plans are basically I want to start modelling again once all of my anxiety's kind of settled. And in September I've applied to do an animal care and management course, so hopefully I get in. I've had to do the whole UCAS thing again, which is gross. But yeah, hopefully I'll be doing more videos too, and I've got 2 new kittens, so I'm hoping to do a pets video soon. Okay, well thanks for listening and thanks to anyone who understands that I haven't made a video in so long. So yeah, as always, like, comment and subscribe. Bye!